Welcome to BackPackTrack, the solo travel podcast for people who think one backpack is a lifestyle. Hey, how's it going? I hope you're doing fine. And for today's episode, actually, I want to start with a weird question. It's really weird, very odd, but have you ever experienced working somewhere where you had literally no clue what you were doing, or that you had never understand anything, not a word, because of the language barrier? Well, if not, stay tuned, because in this episode I will tell you why you should definitely experience something like this at least once in your lifetime. And at the moment, I'm in this kind of situation. That's why I want to talk about it. So, right now, I'm living here in Japan, and yeah, I clock in, and after that, I have no clue. I don't understand shit. I'm overwhelmed by the work, but I do it anyways. But let's start or talk about this a little bit later, and let's start at the beginning. So, first of all, I wanted to do solo traveling or going to New Zealand as well to improve my English. Because back in the days, my English was listening, no problem, talking, big problem. So I just said to myself, you're gonna force yourself. You will work and then you're forced to speak. And within 3 days being in the country, I had my first job. I was working at a farm. And because the lady I went to was single and alone all the time, she wanted to talk a lot. And I was just there being like, oh my gosh, I really have to say something now. And not gonna lie, I did plenty of mistakes, and I was too shy to talk, but eventually I was just like, you know what, I don't fucking care, it's not my native tongue, I just go for it. And since that day, my English improved step by step, and I had several jobs, and especially when you're in a job setting, you are forced to speak, because there's no way out. I mean, no one else was speaking German, and I was really there for just improve my English. So yeah. And eventually, after I lost my fear of making mistakes, I just kept talking, and I improved step by step, and I got various different jobs, and it was fun. And for me, I always had because I was so used to English, because I grew up with it. I learned it in school. I was just not used to use it. But for me, I would say it was like the easy mode or level 1 of a video game. Super easy, achievable, nice. And eventually, I had the idea, I really don't know why, that I want another challenge in my life. I want to learn another language, and yeah, I chose Japanese. Now, thinking about it, I really don't know why, because it's fucking hard, but I wanted a challenge. So, within being in language school and learning the language, I just discovered I do not really immerse with it, because, you're not really forced to speak it all the time. And outside of school, I rarely talk, or just the basics where you'd be like, yeah, this is not helpful. Anyways, so I said to myself, you know what? You're gonna go out there and search for a job. And the first job I had was a housekeeping job. And it started off really great. Like, the guy was able to speak a little bit of English, but we mainly spoke in Japanese only. The interview, it was fine. I mean, sometimes I really didn't understand, so I just said, yes, okay. And yeah, I felt like this will be good. So I had like this training period where I was talking one on one with my boss a lot. And only Japanese, and I felt like, yes, that's it. I can see my efforts now from school. I will improve step by step. Nice. But then, when the real stuff started, so outside of the training period, I went to someone's house and I realized I get the instructions for maybe 3 minutes, and then, yeah, I'm on my own. So I felt like, this is not actually what I wanted. I mean, I wanted the experience first, but secondly, I also want to improve my Japanese. So I said to myself, this is not enough. I want more. And so I set myself an even harder challenge. I don't know why. And I said to myself, let's go to a restaurant. A restaurant where it's busy, where you're forced to speak, and yeah, just go. Let's do it. So I went to a very famous or popular sushi chain restaurant, and I applied there and I got the job. I was happy. Felt like, that's great, because during the interview we also had like in Japanese conversation, but it was really basic, and I would say to myself, I can have basic conversations already. So I felt like, yes, this is exactly what I want. This will be great. Yes. Great. On my first working day, I didn't understand shit. I felt like, did I learn anything at school? No, it doesn't feel like it. Oh my gosh, where am I? Anyways, so the people showed me what to do twice. And I was overwhelmed because also everything was written in kanjis. And for those of you who have no idea in the Japanese language, we have 3 alphabets. And I mean, the kanji is the most difficult thing, I'd say, because for me, not gonna lie, it just looked like paintings. I love them. It looks really cute, really nice, really aesthetic, but you need to know round about 2,000 kanjis to get through daily life in Japan. And at the moment, I'm around about 300, so yeah, I didn't understand shit. So the only thing I could count on was my memory, and not gonna lie, it's not the best. So I had a lot of struggles while working there, and not gonna lie, it's also stressful. And every day when I go to work, I'm a little bit afraid, because what happens if I don't understand it? What happens if that? What happens if this? Whatever. But the reality is, it's not that bad. I mean, the worst thing what can happen in general is that they fire you, but then, so what? So what? I mean, there are plenty of jobs out here, so that's not the point, and it's just for the practice. And I think you also get more comfortable and confident as well, because at the beginning I was super shy and I said sorry literally every few minutes, until someone said, yeah, you can stop this, you don't know. So, but I was like, okay, sorry. And it was just a lot. It was overwhelming, but the more often I went there and worked there, the more confident I got, because I felt like, you know what? I try my very best to understand and to speak the language. And another problem as well, maybe you experience it yourself once you start learning a new language. If you use textbooks or apps, yeah, they're not the best sources for learning, because people do not talk like this. I mean, every time when I talk with my textbook style, because it's just the only thing I know, People will always be, why do you say that? No one's saying that. You're too formal. And I'm like, sorry, whatever. But yeah, what I want to say, you get more comfortable when you are using the language within your daily dose and you're forced to speak it. And I think work is actually really a great opportunity because literally everyone is speaking Japanese there. And there are also a lot of foreign students actually, like me, and they're all speaking Japanese and they're so good. I envy them. They managed it. And this is the point. You just need to put yourself out there. And then you get more confident. You definitely learn a language way better. I think, not gonna lie, and without exaggerating too much, I've been there for soon it will be 2 months, I think. Yeah, or 1.5, I don't know. But I go there 4 times a week and my Japanese improved quite a lot. Well, I could talk with my boss already, like joking a little bit around. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't want to say here, oh yeah, and since I started working somewhere else, with a different language, now I can speak Japanese. Bullshit. Complete bullshit. I still don't understand much. I'd say I understand while being in the kitchen and working there. I'd say I understand 30%. Not really much. I mean, better than at the beginning, because in the beginning it was like literally 5%. I was just what? Sorry. But now it's getting better. And for me, this is at the moment like in a video game and boss, because obviously I don't understand much. But I want to encourage you actually to do so because you really, really learn a lot within a short period of time. You need to go out of your comfort zone. You need to go out and speak because you're at work. You cannot just hide yourself. You just can't. And again, the worst thing that can ever happen is that they fire you, but they don't usually, because I think a lot of people have the patience in general and they know how hard it is to learn a language. It doesn't matter which language, it's always hard. So, unless you really, really try. I mean, you need to try. You need to show them, like, yeah, I want this, I want to learn. They're good. They will be fine. They will be patient with you. But yeah, in general, just putting yourself out there, it really helps. And I know it sounds so crazy, like, what the hell? Why would I do a job where I don't understand anything? This is exactly why. When you have the basics, you will improve way faster. And it's also actually kind of funny, you know? Sometimes at work, I know they talk about me because, yeah, I do a lot of mistakes, not gonna lie. But at the same time, I feel like, yeah, I don't care. I don't understand. So talk whatever you want. And I'm just like literally there for the experience. And even though it's uncomfortable, and don't get me wrong, I don't like uncomfortable situations. I think no one really does. No one thinks like, oh yeah, I want to feel uncomfortable. Yoo-hoo, let's go. No, I don't think so. I think most people try to avoid that. But once you force it, you will gain a lot of it. For example, or I just repeat myself here, but you will get more confident and you will realize it's not as bad, it's just in your head. So I can just tell you, just try it. I know it sounds crazy, but literally, if you're working somewhere else and you're not really good within the language, go and get a job. Like, it can be as very simple one. You don't need to be like in a high position where you have to know a lot of like words or specific terms. No, just go for something easy and you will see it's hard. And as I said, I still, every time when I go to work, I feel like, oh, please don't say it. Please let nothing happen because I don't understand. But just go for it. You will become very much confident, I'd say, and you improve. And I think that's why people go to different countries and live there to learn it even more. And the best way I still say is go to work because you are forced to speak it. And in addition, you get paid for it. So it's a win win win, I'd say. Maybe not for your company, but who cares, right? Their problem, not yours. Anyways, so that's all what I can say for today. And I really want to encourage you. Just do it. I mean, it's uncomfortable, but it will reward you and it's an experience. I mean, at least now you can say, if you ever try it, you know what? I worked somewhere where I understood nothing and I managed to get through it. I can do anything. Just have this mindset and you will feel great, I'd say. Yeah. Well, so as I said, that's it for today. I hope you may feel more motivated now to try the challenge and fight the end boss. And if not, also fine. And yeah, see you next week. Thanks for checking in. Bye.